What's up, y'all? Tom from Florida. Sitting in the car loop waiting to pick my kids up. Got here a little early and thought I'd share a little Neville Nugget with you. First of all, I hope this finds you well. I'm living the life of faith, man. The just will live by faith. And I want to tell you, it is a daily walk. It is a daily bread. So I want to encourage you to read Neville every day. My God, I love that guy. I feel it if I go more than a day or two, you start slipping back into the sleep of this world. And so it takes a practice and a persistence to set your mind on things above, which are really things within. You know, it says in the Bible that God hated Esau, but Jacob he loved. Well, Esau is the external, hairy, sense-ruled man. When you look in the mirror, you're looking at Esau, the outer you. But the one who's doing the looking, well, that's Jacob, the smooth-skinned lad. That being that you are within. And that being that you are is all imagination. And that is God himself. It's challenging, I know, to consider that everything in this world that we bump into, what you're experiencing right now, was once only imagined. That you are encountering the harvest of past imaginal seeds, thoughts, feelings, all that you've consented to, all that you've believed and accepted, felt to be true, is what you're now encountering. Can you really take responsibility for that? And stop blaming a God on the outside or a devil on the outside. It's deeply challenging. I know, listen, I'm experiencing it firsthand. You haven't seen a lot of me. I'm dealing with just some things in the world of Esau. And I'm doing my job to imagine them as they ought to be with my business. Best morning ever. I had some people start knocking off my product if you were to go buy it, which I'm not asking you to do because it's not even my product. People have knocked it off and I have to take responsibility for that. You know, when I first got started in this, people told me, oh, be careful inventing anything. You can't share it with the world. People will steal it. Well, how else are you ever going to bring something new into the world if you don't share it? And I apparently accepted some of those suggestions, and guess what? It's now being knocked off. And I've got to deal with stuff and things. And anyway, it's a daily walk of faith, you guys. But I want to tell you that be not afraid, because that being who's in you has overcome the world. And you being blind, Isaac, can become blind to the sense-ruled man. You send Esau hunting. You send him away. You take your attention from him. And Jacob, that smooth-skinned lad. Remember, all these characters are yourself. They're different personifications of yourself. Different qualities of mind of yours that you can employ in order to create your reality intentionally, knowing that your imaginal thoughts, seeds, acts, imaginings, feelings, all that you consent to are seeds that you will confront in the harvest of your future. They do not recede into the past, as Neville says. And so can you, being blind to your sense-ruled man, go within to that smooth-skinned lad, Jacob, and supplant and take over that which is in your current physical sense-ruled condition? And so I'm believing for a lot of things. And yes, it takes effort. It takes work. I'm currently focusing on that. That's why you haven't seen a lot of me the last couple of weeks. It's not that I don't love you, not that I'm thinking about you, but you have all the tools you need, I promise, within yourself. Read Neville. Read the Bible. Read it through this marvelous, glorious light that it is your autobiography, written by the Spirit of the Lord, who is your truest identity. There is nothing but God. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Well, that was written by a flesh and blood man, but one in whom God had awakened. He had a revelation of life and who God was. He's the Word. And so James says, behold, what a tiny member the tongue is, that member that produces words. But being a tiny member, it can set aflame even hell itself. You create whatever reality you want, be it life or death. So choose life. It's your glory to choose what it is that you want to encounter in your world. So send Esau hunting, the hairy ruled, sense-ruled man. Send him away, take your attention from him, and go within and construct a scene, giving it all the vivid reality you can. Can you completely give yourself to it? As Christ loved the church and gave himself to us to awaken both in us and as us, the two shall become one flesh. It's a great mystery, Paul said, but the two of us are one. God actually had to become you. He couldn't just think of you. He had to actually experience you and animate you with his very being. And so that's who you are. Can you in like manner be an imitator of God, as we're told to do? And can you give yourself? Can you sacrifice yourself? Can you give all that you are into your imaginal act and actually become it? And remain loyal to it? Can you be wed to it? Can you cleave unto that? And I'm telling you, if you can, it will appear in your world in due time. So I'm remaining faithful to the things I'm imagining. Quite honestly, I'm considering how it is I further express myself going forward. It's hard to return to the sense-ruled world, and I'm trying to reconcile that myself. What does that look like? So you can, those of you that are people of prayer, pray with me for that. I feel this is such a powerful word that can change the world, and yet at the same time, God being all-powerful, there being nothing but God in the beginning, the Word, everything is as it should be. We also don't need to lift a finger and everybody is okay. All is perfect. But yet I love to teach this. I love to share it. So I'm considering, a podcast. Some of you know my vision to turn my garage into a studio and broadcast to the world. It's a matter of resources and capital to do those things. But I'm persisting in that because I see it. Bringing guests on, talking about these beautiful, wonderful, mysterious things that we love, that we enjoy. On that note, I'm going to appear on the Truth Seekah, Seekah. You can Google him or YouTube him. Amazing musician, this guy. He's got a podcast doing something like I can see myself doing. He's kind enough to have me on his podcast. So look him up here on YouTube, Truth Seekah. Shout out to him. I'll be on there December the 11th. I think he broadcasts live. So I really see myself going in that direction. I ponder doing something local in my town here, some kind of a spiritual center, a lecture center, a church, dare I call it, that actually teaches this truth and has life-giving music to it. These are the things that I ponder within myself, and I'm seeking how they take expression. But we're told to count the cost before you build. So that's what I've been doing for what it's worth. If you want to know what I've been up to, what my inner workings are, part of my channel is really just me being completely vulnerable and transparent in those types of things. So I'm just being legit with you where I'm at in those things. I'll be honest, it's not easy to do. It takes just courage to come on here and even bare my soul like this, quite frankly. But anyway, that's where I'm at. So pray with me, imagine with me. If you feel the tug, if it resonates with you and you want to help me in some capacity, reach out to me. My email's on my About page, awakenyourimaginationat@gmail.com. Otherwise, I love you guys. If you can feel my heart is just bursting with love, go within and feel that for yourself. That's the being that you are, that you're divinely wed to. That being who is all love. God is love. It's beautiful beyond compare. So take more time to go within. I'm telling you, pay attention to that time in between waking and sleeping. In science, it's called the hypnagogic state. Neville calls it the state akin to sleep. I call it the twilight sleep. Before you doze off to sleep, pay attention. Just give unforced attention to those subtle energies within yourself, sounds that you hear, sights that you begin to see, flickering of lights. Just pay attention and go within and watch what begins to open up. I am the door. Your own I amness is the door to an infinite, wondrous world within. It's glorious, you guys. You're going to find the life there, answers there, direction there. I'm seeking those things out myself. So I love you. Hang in there. You've got this. Hope you enjoy your little Neville nugget for the day. But go straight to the source. I'm telling you, go within. Read more Neville for yourself. Daily if you must. Or else you'll fall back asleep into the world. Don't be Esau. Esau I've hated, the Lord says. But Jacob I've loved. Okay, I love you guys. You've got this. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.